The big news tonight, investment company Temasek Holdings says its CEO and Executive Director Ho Ching is stepping down from October the 1st after 6 years at the helm. She'll be replaced by American Charles Goodyear, the former CEO of the global mining giant BHP Billiton. Temasek says the move is part of its succession planning process. The company called a news conference to explain its decision today. Channel News Asia's Desmond Wong has the highlights.
Temasek faced a packed news conference on Friday explaining its choice of a leadership change now. Chairman S. Dhanabalan says the decision was not easy.
There's always a risk, of course, in changing management or changing leadership when there is a leader and a team which are exceptionally good. On the one hand, the board continues to have full confidence in Ho Ching and the management team. On the other hand, Chip would add depth and strength to the team as a whole.
Temasek says the transition was done as professionally as possible.
We try to formalize it. We try to take egos out of it. We try to take the individual out of it and work at the individual out of it and work as openly as we can and as open-mindedly as we can. And this is the process that has happened.
Temasek experienced to fit its growing global presence.
So we're a Singapore-based, Singapore-owned institution, but our area of operation is the globe. So in that sense, I think having someone with global experience, a long-term view of the payout of investments is a great help.
The media also asked about how an executive from BHP, a resources firm, would fit in with Temasek's business.
Temasek and BHP Billiton, or some company in the resource and mining business, have a very long-term focus to the way they invest. In the resource business, our payoff times are decades. And if you look in the Temasek review, you'll see a series of values. And you will see also, if you look at BHP Billiton, almost complete alignment with that.
Temasek says Mr. Goodyear's arrival will help strengthen the firm's long-term strategic goals, but the new man at the helm is keeping his strategy close to his chest for now.
I've been on board about 5 minutes, and so certainly talking about strategy going forward, it's far too premature to do that. I'll be working with the organization here and getting to know the people in more depth and more detail, and we'll be looking at that over time.
When asked why she's also giving up her position on Temasek's board, Ms. Ho says it makes more sense to step aside completely.
I like to think that whoever is the new CEO would like to have the maximum space without having to say, is this somebody's pet project or things like that. So I think it is a wise thing for a departing CEO not to hang around on the board.
As for her plans after leaving Temasek, Ms. Ho says there's nothing concrete as she is currently still busy with the firm.
The market was clearly surprised by Ms. Ho's decision to step down after 6 years as CEO. And some observers say the move is a bold decision given the current global recession. But they also refuted suggestions that Ms. Ho was stepping down because of poor performance.
I think Temasek has to be self-confident. It's a gold standard for a sovereign wealth fund. It's very well managed, and they recruit the leadership talent based on merit. And so they should be really very confident about these kind of selections. Temasek doesn't have to defend itself. It's a very successful company.